What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the TCG Empire YouTube channel. Today we are taking a look at Chien Pao EX Baxcalibur. This deck has taken the format by storm before rotation, and it gets even better post-rotation. So Chien Pao EX Shivery Chill once during your turn. If it's in the active, search your deck for up to 2 basic water energy, reveal them, put them into your hand, and then shuffle your deck. Then you have Hailblade for 2 waters. You may discard any amount of water energy from your Pokemon in play, and then it does 60 damage for each energy you discard this way. So if you discard 4, you do 240 damage, you discard 6, you're doing 360 damage. It's just a great card. It has energy search, it has the ability to hit high numbers, it has relatively high HP compared to some other things such as Lumineon and some other support Pokemon, but overall Chien Pao EX, a great attacker, and it's just getting better with the new rotation. Now, it did lose some cards, but we'll get to those. They're being paired with Baxcalibur. With Super Cold, as often as you like during your turn, you may attach a basic water energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon. We've seen abilities like this before with Deluge Blastoise, Base Set Blastoise. Now we have it in the form of Baxcalibur. Again, Super Cold, you can attach as many water energy as you want. You can use it as an attacker if you run into things like Mimikyu. It does have a solid 130 attack, but overall, you're mainly just going to play Baxcalibur for the energy acceleration. Now we are running 3 of the 60 HP Frigibax. You can split this and go 260 HP, 170 HP. For the 70 HP though, I would definitely recommend using the Collect one, just because it does allow for you to draw a card if you need to, but it is the better of the 70 HPs. We are only playing 3 of the 60 HP ones though, because it does offer a 1 retreat cost, which means that you can attach a lightning energy early on to throw it in the discard and have a good way to retreat. But also, if you decide, you want to Shivery Chill that turn with a Chien Pao, you can actually easily retreat Frigibax and not have to use 2 retreat like the 70 HP ones do. We're also playing Iron Bundle. Hyper Blower, once during your turn, if this Pokemon is on your bench, you may switch it. You may switch out your opponent's active Pokemon to the bench, and then you discard this Pokemon and all cards attached. So Iron Bundle is really good at blocking things like block Snorlax, no pun intended, from being able to stick in the active. Now, if your opponent does have multiple, it's kind of tough to deal with it, but Hyper Blower is just a kind of safe space for switching things to the bench if you don't want them in the active. And then we also have Refrigerated Stream, 80 damage. If the defending Pokemon's an evolution Pokemon, it can't attack during your opponent's next turn. So this is great versus pretty much every evolution deck. Now, it doesn't apply the effect to your opponent, just the active Pokemon, so if they have a way to retreat, it does turn this effect off. But it is nice at being able to force your opponent to retreat, and if they can't, then they don't get to attack that turn. So it's really good against Charizard because they play such little energy. They spread their energy around that if they have to discard energy and don't have the super odds to get it back, that's pretty much energy that they're down. And unless they have a way to put this to the bench and bring it back up, there's no way for them to really, attack. And also, Iron Bundle's attack stacks on the Pokemon, so it's not applied to Iron Bundle either. So even if they boss Iron Bundle out of the active after you use this attack, they still can't attack. They still have to find a way to retreat themselves. Kind of hit or miss sometimes, but we are playing Iron Hands. Ampy very much is just a very good attack. It allows you to deal 120, but it also allows for you to take 2 prizes on 1 prizers, which is always huge. Iron Hands takes care of the little things, and then Chien Pao takes care of the big things. Our A-Spec of choice is Prime Catcher. Chien Pao used to play Cross Switcher, but now we have a 1-card Cross Switcher. We can only play 1 because it is an A-Spec, but it's still really solid, and it opens up more room for fun cards like Cypher, Maniac's Code Breaking. You search your deck for 2 cards, shuffle your deck, and then put those 2 cards on the top in any order. This is great if you need items. You can put those 2 items on the top, use Pokestop and guarantee to hit them. You can put other cards you may need and draw into them off of Greninja, or use things like Bibarel, which we are playing a 2-2 line as it does offer some support for drawing out of things like Iono. And our main supporter that we're always playing is for Irida. You search your deck for a water Pokemon and an item, reveal them, put them into your hand. So this is a 1-trick Baxcalibur, as you can search Rare Candy and Baxcalibur turn 2. And then we're also playing Superior Energy Retrieval. You discard 2 cards in your hand, and grab 4 basic energies from your discard. So it's huge at being able to re-accelerate. And then for the energy, we have 1 lightning and 8 waters. So overall, pretty simple deck list. There's nothing too cute. We do have the 1 canceling clone just for Mimikyu plays, or if you can cross switcher, or not cross switcher now. If you can canceling clone and prime catcher a benched Manaphy, that'd be huge with Ninja. But overall, it's pretty much the same list. You really only lost 4 cards and swapped them out with 4 new ones, and then Battle VIP Pass became Buddy Buddy Poffin. So, as always, the deck list will be posted right here, so you guys have a full, clean view of it. And the deck list will also be in the description, so that way you guys can copy and paste it into Pokemon Trading Card Game Live and try the deck out for yourselves. I do want to say, I'm sorry for no uploads for the 2 days. I had a really bad migraine for about 2 days straight, and it just really hurt to look at the computer, so I just wanted to make sure that everything was okay before I sat down and recorded again. So here we are. Enjoy the Chien Pao EX gameplay. If you do enjoy it, do me a favor, smash the like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Thank you so much for 1,200 subscribers. That's 1,200 of you that enjoy hearing me talk about the things I love. So again, thank you for everything, guys, and I'll catch you on Monday. Later. Alrighty, guys, so let's get into the first game with Chien Pao. Let's see how the deck runs with not really losing too much. We swapped out the VIP passes for the Poffins, Counter Catcher, and Prime Catcher are in place of things like the Cross Switchers. So overall, we should have a good time. It just comes down to how we can draw. Now if my opponent goes first. So my opponent's having us go first, which I'm fine with. It's not horrible because we do have access to Buddy Buddy Poffin, but we can also use it throughout the game. So now considering the fact that we are looking for outs to Pokemon, I'm going to use Greninja first and then we'll go from there. So it seems like my opponent might be playing, let's see, for Farigiraf. So our attackers are going to be Baxcalibur. We do have Canceling Clone, so we can't actually time a Canceling Clone correctly to KO a Farigiraf, but I think what we're going to do first is go for Concealed Cards. And we get a Nest Ball, which is huge. So we can go Nest Ball. Let's see, so we'll Nest Ball. We'll grab the... Let's see, I can go double Frigibax and Bidoof, which I don't hate. But I kind of need a way to get some energy in play, which means that if I Shivery Chill, I'm still fine, and I kind of like that. So we're going to go for that play instead. So we'll go for the Chien Pao. Then we'll go for the Buddy Buddy Poffin, and with this we can grab Frigibax plus Bidoof. Now we can attach Retreat, Shivery Chill, and then if we hit Rare Candy Bax next turn, we can attach 2 energy, Retreat. We'll have 4 in the discard, which means that we do gain the ability to use Superior Energy Retrieval for 4. So we'll just thin the deck with these, and then there's no point in using Pokestop right now. There's nothing that I'm really looking for to advance my board. I mainly just need a Rare Candy or Irida. So next turn, we'll Shivery Chill again. And then we'll use Greninja, and then we'll finalize with Pokestop. Sadly, we can't benefit off of Town Store. Would be kind of nice if we could, but we'll have to see what my opponent can do here. Again, having access to that Canceling Clone does give us the ability to take a knockout on a Farigiraf EX, so that'll be huge. Let's see, there is a Town Store. There's the Evolution TM. There is a Psychic. My opponent's going to use Evolution, being able to evolve the Natu into the Xatu. Has 100 HP, so sadly we won't be able to fully knock it out, but all is well. And then Dirty Beam honestly isn't going to be too rough for us to deal with, so first thing we'll do is Shivery Chill, just to clear the deck. take a look at what's in here. You have access to the canceling clone, which is huge. I have access to hands too. So I could set up a hands play where I could hands this Xatu, which I don't hate. So the first thing we'll do is conceal the cards. Draw us 2. So we get Buddy Buddy Puffin and Manaphy. Manaphy's probably going to be good in the sense that we can stop Farigiraf from sniping the bench. So that's huge. We'll Nest Ball, just check what's in the deck. Let's see. I could grab Iron Bundle just so that way I can attack into Farigiraf, but then make it to where my opponent can't attack. So I don't hate that either. So we'll grab those. And then, is there anything that I can town store for? I don't think so. Nope, no targets. That's fine. And then we can just go Pokestop. Hit the Pokestop. See what we can do. So Earthen Vessel, not going to do us too much good. I think honestly here, we're just going to have to go Manaphy attached to the bundle and then pass. Not hitting turn 2 back sucks, but it's not horrible. We still can potentially Pokestop, plus we have draw cards, so plus we have superior energy retrieval among other things. So there's the attach, my opponent getting to draw. There's another Buddy Buddy Puffin. So my opponent going to be able to get out more Xatus, which is great for them. It gives them the draw potential, so I do have to be a little bit careful though, because if I do end up attacking with this bundle right now, I can potentially lose it to the Farigiraf just because the defending Pokemon isn't Farigiraf if I kill this Mimikyu. So we're going to have to time this how we need to go from there. We do gain access to Ultra Ball, which could be good. The only thing that I can do right now, I could Earthen Vessel to thin the deck of a card. Which I will. I'll thin the deck of the Lightning. Let's see. If I Ultra Ball, get rid of Buddy Buddy and Lightning. This can allow for us to grab the barrel, which doesn't thin the deck by much or thin my hand by much, as I do have 6, but it does mean that if I draw something like Ultra Ball, I can thin some more. So we'll go Greninja, draw 2. So we get Cypher, which is huge. Is there a way that I can thin my hand down to make Cypher viable? Let's see. If I Super Rod attach, then I can bib for 1. Yeah, that's fine. So the Super Rod's gonna kind of suck, but not suck at the same time. We'll go Super Rod. The Lightning isn't going to be as relevant as I want it to. We'll just put back 1 water. And then we can go Code Breaking. And then the card that's going to go on the top is the Rare Candy. And then the next card that we draw for turn, we'll have it be Irida, just so that way we can deal with this Farigiraf with an Irida. So, go here. Then we can go bib for 1. So, now we have access to the Rare Candy, the Bax, and then we can use Shivery Chill to grab the energy we put back. I should have put 2 back, but it's okay. And then we can go... let's see, there's 3 waters, so that'd be 5. I just want to make sure that I'm getting the most versatility out of these attachments. So if I attach 1, and then Superior, That's fine. Yeah, because I want to get all waters back. So we can go here. Retreat. We'll go into Greninja. Superior. We can grab the 4. And then we can go back. Super cold. 1, 2, 3. We'll put 1 on Chien Pao. And we'll go Moonlight Shuriken. Let's put 90 on one of the Zapdos, because with the Burgraph's ability, I can't touch it. So we'll KO the Mimikyu. My opponent left to 1 card in hand. We do get Ultra Ball, which is nice because we can thin our hand more for Bit Barrel. We know that we're going to top deck the Irida, and depending on what my opponent puts down, we could even 90 and take 2 prizes here. There's the town store. Or another rescue board. Earthen Vessel, getting rid of a rescue board. Now my opponent's going to be able to look at some more cards, plus also accelerate. There's the attach. Clairvoyant Sense, attach again. Orangaroo. Huh, interesting. Plotter's Command is kind of cool. Means you can stop Zard from being annoying. Although Fergraph does that anyways, but... There's the Dirty Beam 160. Now my opponent's not going to be able to damage the bench, but... Still will be knocked out. And then we are top decking Irida, which means we get a water Pokemon, as well as a item. Did my deck get shuffled? I'm trying to think of what shuffled my deck. Ah, the Shivery Chill. That's right. Okay. That's a bit annoying, but it's not terrible. I may have sequenced this all wrong then. Well, we'll just Industrious Incisors, see what we get. So we get Superior plus Irida. That's actually like the best combination that we could have asked for. So what we can do is go Irida. Irida will allow for us to grab a water Pokemon, so I don't think my opponent's going to be setting up an attacker anytime soon, so we can just grab a Chien Pao, and we'll grab the Canceling Clone. And then we can go Canceling Clone, Superior, get rid of the Frigibacks and the Chien Pao. Grab ourselves 4 water energy. And we only need 5 to discard to KO with this Chien Pao, which is huge. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 6 in play. My opponent's not going to do too much next turn, so I'm pretty sure it's safe to say just to take a knockout and discard 1, 2, 3. 4. And I guess we'll go 5. Yeah, 5's fine from here in that spread, because if I get a Superior, I can attach and then still have 3 to attack with the bundle, which is huge. So we get Suing Heavy Ball and Rare Candy, as well as Chien Pao, so we can actually Ultra Ball 4 Iron Hands, potentially find a way to retreat and start swinging. We do have one energy prized. I should have definitely checked that, but there is the counter catcher to Bibarel. A little bit annoying, but not horrible. As long as we can get Iron Hands in the active, we should be fine. We are down 2 superiors. My opponent plays Devolution. That's definitely annoying. Thankfully, we have the rare candy in hand, so it's not as critical as it could have been. There's the Clairvoyant Sense number 1. Mist Energy. Iono, that definitely hurts a little bit. Now if my opponent devolves, but they got rid of it, so I don't think they're going to. We do get Prime Catcher, Irida, and Poffin, which is huge. Those are definitely things that are important for us to succeed. So there is the Farigiraf. So what we can do is actually Prime Catcher. Let's see. We get Nest Ball too. So I can actually power up a hands this turn and take 2 prizes. So that's what we're gonna do. We'll go here, Nest Ball. And then we can go Irida. Irida can grab us the Superior Energy Retrieval. We do have 1 prize, so definitely have to keep that in mind. How many candies do I have left? I have 2 candies, so if my opponent devolves, I'm fine with that too. And then, if my opponent devolves, I want to be able to see the backs. We'll get rid of Chien Pao. That's fine. So we'll go Superior. Discard these. Grab the 4. And then manually attach the Lightning into backs, attaching 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then Oranguru is definitely annoying because of Plotter's Command. But I think I'm okay if my opponent actually does that, because no matter what, either attack KOs Oranguru. So let's go Prime Catcher, bring up Girafarig. We'll go Bibarel for 5. And just to kind of checkmate my opponent too, we'll go Super Rod and put back in 3 waters, just because then if they decide to block it out, I can bring up Chien Pao, manually search for an energy, and then attach and hit 120 and KO the Oranguru, so that's fine. And then in case my opponent decides to Iono me, we'll Ultra Ball and just get some stuff to put to the bottom of the deck, just so we're less likely to draw into them. And then right now we can just go Ampy very much. 120. Now my opponent technically could use Plotter's Command and stop my Iron Hands from being able to use Ampy very much, and I can't use Arm Press because I only play 1 Lightning. That's a little bit annoying, but that's why I use the Super Rod to bring back up the energy for Chien Pao to be able to search. So I don't think that there's too much my opponent can do from here. Being able to Cologne, take 2 prizes, and go from there has been, you know, critical in that. So my opponent concedes the game, seeing this win condition. So that was game number 1. Let's hop into game 2, see if we can do the same thing. Hopefully get the same thing going. And yeah, that was game 1. So let's hop right into game 2. Alrighty, guys. So into game 2, my opponent is going first. So this does give us access to Irida, among other things, turn 1. Now, if we had a starting hand, that would have been great. But sadly, we mulligan. And this hand, not looking much better. We do have access to... Actually, I lied. This hand is super strong. We're probably playing against Lugia, which is a little bit concerning starting Chien Pao, but I kind of have to go for it. There's not really much of a better start I could have had. I could have started the Frigivax and then only put one down. Or Irritated for Poffin. Poffin for another Frigivax plus Bidoof. And then Irrita for Greninja to draw. But then I would have been left with really nothing in hand. And Chien Pao at least lets me search out 2 energy before all that, so. Either way, though, I'm going to need a second Irrita, so it's going to be a little bit concerning. I'll have to see what my opponent does here. There's a Gift Energy. There's an Ultra Ball, so if they give it a double Archeops here, kind of, not scared, but a little bit. So Archeops and Mist Energy, I'm fine with that. That's only 1 Archeops. There's a Lugia. If my opponent can only get 1 Archeops in the discard, I'm okay with that. My opponent passes. We get Earthen Vessel, which isn't horrible, so we can go Shivery Chill. Grab 2 water. Earthen Vessel. We'll grab 2 more water. So our lightning's prized, so we're not going to be able to take extra prizes this game until we get the waters. So, let's see, we have 1 candy prized. No Poffin's prized, which is good. 1 Irrita's in our hand. We have the Cypher. Ultra Ball's prized. Okay, so nothing too crazy is important. I do have 1 Chien Pao prized, but other than that, I'm okay. So we'll go Frigivax, Irrita. Irrita can grab us. Greninja. And honestly, we'll go Poffin. Go here. Buddy Poffin. I'm trying to hit a supporter for next turn, so that's why I'm thinning the deck first. And then we can conceal the cards. Draw 2. So we get double Ultra Ball, which is huge, because now we have the rare candy plus the backs plus everything else. I'm going to attach an energy to Greninja just to be able to have a retreat pivot. But right now, if my opponent gets out 1 Archeops, it's not terrible for us because we actually might be able to Prime Catcher it up and KO it with another Chien Pao. But if my opponent gets 2 out, then I'm in for a rough time. My opponent attaching 2 to the Minccino. There's Lumineon. My opponent Iono's his hand. Okay, just a research. That's fine. There's research, getting rid of Archeops Arena, so no double Archeops yet. That's pretty good. And if my opponent just leaves Minccino here, it says Minccino now, but my opponent's not going to be able to take a knockout here unless they get out 1 Archeops and search extra energy, but then if they do that, then they run the risk of me being able to KO. So we will see. Ooh, interesting. So my opponent just goes for 1 Archeops, so we are going to definitely take this down. How I'm going to do it, I'm not quite sure yet. I might have to get rid of 2 energy to do it. Oh, that's so rough. It sucks so bad that the lightning energy that I play is gone. So let's see. Ultra Ball, get rid of this, and we'll get rid of a water. And we only hit 130. We can't take a single prize knockout, which means I have to use Chien Pao. Okay, you know what? Actually, that's not horrible, because if I use Chien Pao to take a knockout on the Minccino, my opponent can't take a knockout on Lugia, because they can't attack unless they attach DTE, and even then that puts them at less damage. It'll put them at 200, so that's fine. So we'll go backs. We'll conceal the cards just to draw 2. So we get Buddy Puffin and water. Not really what we need. So that's fine. We'll go Rare Candy into Baxcalibur. Let's see. I could just go get the Chien Pao now, but I kind of want to risk it and get the barrel in order to draw 3 fresh cards. Let's do it. YOLO. So we'll get the bib. And then we'll go bib. 5 energy. So I'm gonna have to superior energy retrieval anyways, so we'll attach. Actually, it's better for me to attach here because then I can search out 2 waters anyways with Chien Pao if I hit it. So we'll go Industrious Incisors, draw 3. So Cyphermatics plus Pokestop isn't horrible. It's actually like a perfect hand. So we'll go Cypher. We'll go Nest Ball Super Rod. So we'll put the Nest Ball on top. Then we can go Super Rod. That's fine. We get 3 items to use, which is great. So this means now we can go Nest Ball, grab the other Chien Pao, retreat, go into Chien Pao, Shivery Chill, search out some energy. So we get the 1, which is fine, but my opponent's not going to be able to respond to KO. So then what we can do is go Superior, get rid of Puffin Cologne, grab ourselves 4 energy. And then backs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we only have to get rid of 2. So we can go Hailblade. We can get rid of 1 and 2. And now with the Super Rod combo, I can get those 2 energy back. But either way, my opponent isn't going to be able to power up a Lugia in a single turn. And that is huge. Getting the lightning there is probably the best thing that we could ask for. Because now it means that we can take 2 prizes on Archeops. And put my opponent back on the back end. Honestly, we could even go 90-90 and KO Mencino and then set up to take 3 prizes, which would then put us at 1. Which means any more Mencinos that my opponent benches can be KO'd by a simple Greninja, so I don't hate that either. We'll have to see. Yeah, my opponent's only going to be able to hit 220, or 200. Interesting. So they bring up the backs. I'm actually fine with this too, because with Chien Pao, although I'm going to have to discard all of my energy in play, I'm still going to be able to take a knockout, but my opponent can't respond with a Mencino to take a knockout. So we're actually like in a super fine spot right now. I'm going to get rid of this lightning just so I can draw a couple more cards. Let's see. So we'll Super Rod, put back 2 water, and this, and then we'll go concealed cards, draw 2. So we get the 1 trick. Actually, that's like insanely good. So we can get rare candy plus that. Yeah, that's fantastic. So we have rare candy plus the backs. And it's awkward because we have one rare candy gone. So we'll go Bib. Bib draws us 3. Wow, that hand is pretty insane too. So if I go 90-90, my opponent still can't take a knockout. But I have to discard so many energy to KO this. But if I retreat, I still have to use the same amount of energy anyways, so. Okay, so we're gonna attach, and then we'll go super cold. We'll go here. Nest Ball for Bidoof, just so we can draw more cards on the following turn. And then it's awkward to do, but I'm going to Superior, get rid of these to get back these 3 energy. And then I can Super Cold again, and this will allow me to go 1 here, and then we'll do 1, and then I have the Lightning to make anything be able to retreat. And then we'll take a big knockout here. We'll go 1, 2, 3. I have the energy to retreat, so I might as well. I need to leave the energy. So my opponent's not taking a knockout next turn, unless there's something I don't realize. But right now, that's fine. So we can hit 300, take a knockout. Go to 3 prizes, and now all we need is Prime Catcher, which is right there, plus Hands, plus Superior, and we can actually take the last 3 prizes on Luminion. So I didn't even realize that that was a possibility. We just have to make sure that our manual attachment is saved. But only getting 1 Archeops out, my opponent's not going to be able to respond. The most that they can do is 210. Now if they do play something like the not Defiance band, but the band that adds Vitality band, I think, that adds 10 damage. It could be awkward, but it's not horrible. But as for right now, I don't think my opponent's in a winning position. And even if we don't hit a full way to keep setting up, we still have 1 Super Rod left, which means that we can still get energy in the deck, which means we can Surge. But if we can Greninja and just get rid of 2 Mincinos too, that's huge. And we're not hurt by Iono because we have the barrel. We are a little hurt by having this Lightning in the hand. Because my Vessel is gone. I'm just going to have to hope. The other awkward thing is the fact that my opponent doesn't take a knockout right now. Kind of sucks. I mean, they can boss something up, which definitely would be helpful to them. But it wouldn't do, like, an insane amount to us. Okay, so there's 210. We'll go Bib. We'll go Concealed. I can afford to Concealed. That kind of sucks, but doesn't suck at the same time. I can afford to take 1 prize. Or I can retreat and go 90-90. And then just Hands for my last 2, no matter what gets brought up, which I don't hate. Runs my opponent out of attackers. Yeah, I don't hate that. So we'll go Superior. 2, 3, 4. So I have to hold this last Superior for the Hands. But we can go here. And then I have the Lost Superior, which is good. So we'll Shivery Chill just to check what's in the deck. I have access to Irida. I have Nest Ball. So yeah, I have ways out of anything that my opponent could really do. I need to make sure to get enough waters in the discard as well, so we can just retreat. And then Industrious Incisors, thin the deck a little bit. Play a Pokestop, and then we can just go Moonlight Shuriken. Go 90 and 90. And actually, it was good. I'm too focused on the Iron Hands play. It was good to retreat the Chien Pao there, because even though I got rid of one, it still gives me access if my opponent doesn't KO this Chien Pao to just Prime Catcher, Luminion, take a KO with Chien Pao, so there's kind of nothing that my opponent can do now. If they Iono me, they lose cards, but also they're only taking one prize. And with the cards I have left in deck, I should be able to get out of an Iono efficiently, so there's the Ultra Ball. There's another Luminion. Now my opponent could definitely KO Bax, which is something that I did not think about, and I don't have a rare candy left. So that's a bit concerning because I won't be able to attack. Yeah, I definitely played that a little bit incorrectly there. That's what sucks about stuff being prized. But that's fine. Interesting. Okay, so my opponent just takes a knockout, so we can just win the game here with the Prime Catcher. Definitely would have been in a very bad spot if my opponent hadn't done that. I don't even know what's left in the deck. Did I have a way out of that? No, if my opponent had gotten a boss, I would have lost. So, nothing really left to do. So we can just grab these two. And then we can just go Prime Catcher, Luminion, bring up Chien Pao, Superior, grab ourselves the 4. And again, that Irida could have gotten Nest Ball had my opponent taken the knockout. So my opponent sees the play, concedes. So definitely a longer video today, but I wanted to get the basics in with Chien Pao so you guys could see. So if you guys did stick around until the end of the video, I want to thank you. If you did enjoy today's video, do me a favor, smash the like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of Chien Pao post-rotation. I personally think it's still one of the strongest decks. And I think at EUIC this weekend, it definitely will have a showing. So again, thank you for everything, guys. Have a good weekend, and I'll catch you Monday. Later.